St Armands, Sarasota, after Milton hurricane. We're going to be going over the damage caused here at St Armands. This is the absolute epicenter of Milton. I'm driving around St Armands and showing you guys exactly what happened here. So if you think that's interesting, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. And we're going to be talking about how Milton is highly exaggerated hurricane. We are at the absolute mass destruction, or the center of all destruction here in St Armands. And this is an island that's located in the Gulf of Mexico. So this is the worst hit island here, or area. And if you leave St Armands, you'll see how much everything is, has less damage here. So the damage has been caused by flooding. You can see the roofs are still intact. You can see the shingles or the tile roofs, the metal roofs, all that stuff is intact. And most, or basically all the damage is by water. Take a look here. See that? Now I wanted to show you guys in context, exactly what happened. That's the best way to show you. It's just driving around rather than isolating one region and pretending everything is like that one region. I wanted to show you guys by driving around St Armands and then also going a little bit out of St Armands down the islands here. There's like a chain of islands, and then also showing you guys as I leave St Armands on the way out, you'll be able to see exactly what type of damage we have. So take a look over there, see how the boats, they're all just sitting there as if nothing happened. Take a look at the hotel. See that? So that hotel, see how none of the glass is broken? None of the glass is broken. None of those rails are bent or broken. It looks absolutely fine. People are already taking out their chairs and placing them on the patio there. See most of the damage. You can see fence damage there. Just debris, garbage, things like that laying around. So a lot of the damage is just flooding, just straight up flooding. And then you have a little bit of damage. You can see like on the sidewalks here, like stuff on the sidewalks, sand that was blown onto the sidewalks from Lido Beach, which is to the right of me here. So as you can see, there's not much damage here. Also want you guys to take a look at these businesses and residential areas here, hotels. Take a look at the glass. None of it is cracked. None of it is broken. Take a look at the stucco. How much of that stucco has been beat up? If there was flying debris flying around, hitting these buildings, there'll be stucco missing. It'll be beat up. There'll be like 2x4s. The media wants to pretend as if like to be 2x4s sticking out of the building because they just flew so fast and hit the building and got stuck, or debris, junk, sticking out, things like that. That's not what happened. Look at that. Even that wooden building there is 100% fine. There's Lido Beach Resort. This is building over here. Got some new construction. That building, new construction over there. And then this garbage here. You see those piles of garbage we just drove past? So that is from flooding. So if your house is located in a flood zone, you most likely flooded your home, maybe a couple of feet of water. So that's the one thing that you got to keep an eye out if you live out in these types of areas, like in St Armands or on these island chains, is that if you live in a flood zone, you can get flooded. And in that case, like your house is fine, right? Nothing happened to your house. your house is fine. It didn't get any wind damage or anything like that. Your tiles are fine, your shingles or whatever you have on your roof is fine. But what happened is your house can get flooded because you're in a flood zone and because the hurricane brought so much water. So I wanted to highlight the fact that the media lies all the time about everything. And so they lied about Milton. And how did they lie about Milton? They like to exaggerate exactly what was happening, right? They said, oh no, it's a category 5 coming in. It's the end of the world, you know, and so on. But in reality, what happened was every hurricane that gets close to mainland or to, you know, land of any sort, it slows down significantly. And so that's what happened to Milton. Always has, always will. They all slow down. But I think the media companies out there, they like to lie because they need clicks. They need people to watch their news. They need people to watch their weather reports or whatever. They need to generate ad revenue, right? They're all based on money, and they love money at those institutions. So they need to have people click and watch and do all that stuff. And from Milton, that's exactly what they did, right? They said, it's category 5, it's the biggest hurricane, it's the end of the world. It came from the other side of the Gulf of Mexico. It didn't come from the Atlantic Ocean. It came from the Gulf of Mexico. So that's different. It's different, blah, 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 blah. But as you can see, yeah, no, it's really not. You know, take a look at this building here. Look at that. Right? Where's the damage on that building? Basically, doesn't exist. Right? All the stuff you see is just flood. Got flooded. People's items got thrown away. You know, and it's most likely everyone that's on the first floor. Everyone that's on the first floor had this happen to them. And everybody else that's not in the flood zone, nothing like that happened to them. I'm at let me take a look here, Ted Sperling Park. So people are talking about which beaches are open, which beaches are still closed. So I'm on the far side. If you take a look at maps, you'll see that beach out there, or that park, just did a turnaround and going back to St Armands. I'm still on the island chain. Yeah, guys, I'm still on the island chain. And again, I want you guys to watch this video in context. I want you to watch it in context to see exactly. So I'm not cherry picking an area and driving around a cherry picked area showing you guys. I want you to watch the video and see for yourself as I'm driving through St Armands, as I'm driving through the key, right? All those little divisions of the island or little islands or whatever they are, the whole entire road here, the main road, I'm driving through it, and I want you guys to see for yourself. Look at the stucco here. How much of that stucco is damaged? Looks brand new to me. Look at that fence. How much of that fence is damaged? It's a cement fence, but I still want to see, right, if they're talking about category 5 and oh my goodness, it's the end. Why does that fence look brand new? You know, why is there no damage on that fence? Did no, you know, 2x4s or big pieces of, you know, tree bark or whatever, that, you know, hard pieces of wood or whatever it is, or cement pieces, or flying chairs, or flying cars, or whatever they like to exaggerate. They should have been bashing into that stucco and created a lot of damage, but none of that can be seen here. Now, I'm going to drive out of St Armands. It's going to take me a while here, and I'm going to try not to cut the video and just drive back to St Armands, and then drive on the lawn bridge out of these islands back to Sarasota, mainland Sarasota, and back to Sarasota Bay, and you'll be able to see for yourself what type of damage is along the way from here across that bridge and into Sarasota Bay. You'll be able to see for yourself. Now, why am I making a video like this talking about Milton? The reason for that is because Milton is a good example of the media exaggerating, not telling you the truth, or just straight up lying to your face, trying to exaggerate the causes. Now, if you guys think, what about the politics of it? What about, the politics of the governor coming out and saying that it's really, really bad and all that? So I have a theory on that. I think that the reason why politicians do that is because they're just protecting themselves from any potential problems. Like, the politicians are not going to say, hey guys, Milton's no big deal, whatever, don't worry about it. You live on mainland Sarasota, it's okay. If you live in St Armands area on Lido Key, then it could have potential problems for you, so you should leave if you live there because of the flooding. But if everybody else in Sarasota mainland shouldn't worry about it, it's nothing really. If they said that and something happened, right, then they can get in trouble. They can get sued. There'll be lawsuits against the governor, against the state of Florida, against the counties and all that stuff. So I think what they do is they protect themselves, and they just say, you know what guys, it's really dangerous, protect yourself, get out of there and all that stuff. I think that's what they're doing. But in terms of the media, like the news media, the Weather Channel and all that stuff, I think they're doing it all for clicks. They probably have ad deals with advertisers, probably planned out for a year ahead. So basically what would happen is the advertisers would say, hey, we need you to generate 2 million views. We need you to generate 2 million views, so then that we can give you a $20 million a year ad deal. But you have to have 2 million views every single month. And if you don't have those 2 million views, then we can't guarantee you this ad deal. And so these news agencies, in quotations, right? They're just looking to make ad deals. These news agencies, they need to generate those 2 million views, and the only way to generate them is having quality news. But if you don't have quality news for the month, you need to run some cheap news. You need to run some lies. You need to get some views. So they start lying on their news channel about whatever's current for the month. And so I think what happened was when Milton came around, they all saw an opportunity to get those clicks, to get those views, and that's why they did it, right? I think they just did it for that, to keep their views up and to generate the ads that they require. All right, so now we are leaving. Let me take a look here on my maps. We are leaving St Armands. We are on the John Ringling Boulevard. If you take a look at maps, you'll see us traveling. Well, you won't see us traveling, but you'll see the map here, and you'll see the road, John Ringling. And there is Sarasota across, right in front of us. Here is one of the bays here. Look at that. Take a look at those big houses, right? Big homes. I mean, how much damage do you see on those homes? This is a direct hit area. It's a direct hit area. How much damage did you see on those homes, right? Basically almost nothing. How much damage do you see here on the ground here, right? How many of these trees are lying on the floor? Is basically almost none. Then the bridge, we got the big bridge coming up here. Again, this is a direct hit area, right? We should see damage to the bridge. Well, are we gonna see that? No, by the way, I'll just tell you right away, there's zero damage on that bridge, but we're gonna drive over it just so I can show you that there is nothing there. And then you guys can take a look on the right-hand side. As I go over that bridge, you'll see the Sarasota Bay, which is also a direct hit area, and you'll see absolutely nothing there. By the way, all the boats out here, you'd be thinking like, oh, all these boats would be like flipped over and they're all underwater and all that stuff. No, by the way, it's, they're just fine. I only saw 2 boats that had or 3 boats. There's one park that had damage, and then there's 2 boats that came to shore. They were basically washed to shore. Those 2 boats, and then one that was parked. Here is Sarasota Bay. Let me get over the top here. Maybe we'll get a better shot. But you can see people are just walking around like nothing happened. Downtown Sarasota, you can see some of the debris still on the road here. That's it. That's basically all the damage. Oh, so there's that boat. You see that boat in the water? Flip to the sides. That one washed to shore. And basically everything else is pretty much fine. Now I want you guys to take a look at these hotels and these residential buildings. How much of that glass is broken? Pay attention to that, because if this is a big, huge, crazy hurricane, how much of that glass is broken? What about the building to the right? What about that building right in front of us, right? That little round corner building. How much of that glass is right? Those glass pieces are pointed right at the hurricane. How much of them are broken? Zero. How many glass pieces are broken on this, what is that, 20-story building? Zero, right? Absolutely nothing. How many of these light posts are on the floor? I don't see any. I'm sure there are some somewhere out here, but I don't see any of these. How much of that building right there, the pure glass building, has broken glass, right? They're not going to fix all the glass in a week. That's impossible. How many of them are cracked? How many of them are broken? How many of them are missing? Zero. Not a single one. So you'd be thinking, like, if this was such a crazy hurricane, why don't we see any of the broken glass? Let me open the window here. Take a look. See, and this video is all done for you guys so you can see how much the media is exaggerating, how much the media is straight up lying to you, how much the media is deceiving you, all of that. And it's all for, you know, either it's for something, you know, just pure evil, because I don't think it's about Milton. I think Milton is just advertisements. I think they're just trying to get ads, you know, people to watch their shows. But look, pure harmony, basically. It looks like nothing happened here. You know, if they clean up a little bit of the trees here, a little bit of the bark on the floor, things like that, it'll, you know, and I recorded this, you wouldn't even know that Milton passed through here. You wouldn't even know that this is the absolute center of the hit here. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. And again, uncut video, right? I'm not cutting this video for you guys. I'm just driving through Sarasota. This is 41 Main Road in Sarasota. Look at that. Just driving around. I'm keeping it in context. Uncut video so you guys can see the truth for yourself. So that anyone argues with you about hurricanes and how dangerous they are and how crazy they are, and oh my goodness, it's such a dangerous place. You guys could take a look for yourself. Look at that glass building, perfectly fine. What about this one? Perfectly fine. So, yeah. I also wanted to mention my own home here. We don't live this close to the ocean. We live like 5 miles probably from the ocean, or a couple miles from the ocean here. So if you go out even further out away from the ocean, right, then you would have even less issues. So like our home, take a look here. Like our home has absolutely zero damage, right? Zero, absolutely zero. We came out there because we were moving in to our home right when the hurricane happened. So when we came out there, it had zero damage. Like the stucco is 100% fine. Not a single piece of stucco was missing, which is one of the most, you know, you would assume would have damage from the hurricane. Zero damage to the stucco. Not a single tile piece flew off because we have a tile roof. Not a single tile piece flew away. None of the like damage to the driveway. There's no damage there. The only thing that happened to our home is, again, just the vegetation. Some of the palm branches broke. We have a coconut tree that's next to our home. The coconuts fell, a couple of coconuts fell off of it. And then we also have a banana tree that's next to our home, but nothing happened to the banana tree. That's pretty interesting. The bananas are still on the tree. They didn't even get ripped off or anything and get blown away. The banana trees are still on the tree, so our house is 100% fine. So you can see out there, we have some debris just on the floor. Again, that's kind of like similar to our home. Those palm tree branches on the floor next to it, these vegetations, right? You see that? I don't know what type of tree that is over there, that big one. But see those branches broke on it? You know, things like that. So basically, if you have a tree, like that tree in front of that building, if you have a tree like that, those branches are gonna snap. If you have a palm tree, they don't really have branches. They're just one big stick. So that palm tree is gonna have zero damage other than some broken branches. Well, broken like twigs, I would say, not even branches, like twigs, big leaves. So those would be broken. And then in terms of the tree, that's the type of damage you'll have from the tree. So yeah, so pretty much I just wanted to show you guys around, give you an update. And again, I drove to the hardest hit area, St Armands. And yeah, so in conclusion for Sarasota, I would say this, in conclusion, if you are located in a flood zone and you are right on the ocean, you have the potentiality of being flooded if the hurricane is going right towards you. If the hurricane is coming right towards your home. In that case, I would be worried. Now, if the hurricane is 50 miles away, I wouldn't worry about it at all. Even if you are in a flood zone, nothing's really gonna happen to you. But in this case, St. Armands looks like, you know, it was probably a flood zone area. Also, it's an island in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. And then on top of that, the hurricane came right over them. The eye of the hurricane, basically right over St. Armands, had a direct hit. So that's why it's flooded. And you can see I'm still driving around 41. Look at this, zero damage anywhere, zero. Just some signs might have been blown away, the little cheap material signs, you know, like cotton signs or whatever it is, like a t-shirt sign, you know, those cheap ones, they get blown away. But the metal ones are all fine. You can see here, the metal signs like this, bay mounts, in and suites, and it's fine, you know, things like that. But you'll see some other signs out here that have been blown away. So yeah, now I'm gonna switch to St. Petersburg. I just been there yesterday, and I recorded a video on my phone, so I'll show you guys St. Petersburg, also a direct hit area. This is the Bay of St. Petersburg. You basically can say the Tampa Bay. And you can take a look there and see for yourself exactly what type of damage. And again, I'm gonna be recording right on the pier, right on the water, the worst hit area, the place that should be destroyed. I'll be showing you guys here shortly. And here is St. Petersburg Bay, 1 week after Milton. Take a look at this building here, right on the bay, fully operational, fully booked restaurant. Then you have everyone just walking around, minding their own business here, as if nothing happened. Take a look at downtown. Look at that. Zero issues there. Basically, you can see all the buildings are fully operational. And again, I'm standing literally on a dock here, right in the Bay of St. Petersburg. And we also drove past that building with the roof that was ripped off, and right next to it was a hotel, fully operational with not a scratch on it. You can see the building over here, no broken glass. That one in the far over there, no broken glass, nothing. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys like it. You know what to do. Like, subscribe. And if you're looking to get yourself some Bitcoin, build a Bitcoin farm, a data center for yourself, you're looking to maybe even expand your existing data center, we have all of that available at cryptollc.org. Until next time, goodbye.